If it's data, blast off with Nylas today.
Hello, welcome to a new live stream. My name is Black, Senior Developer Advocate here at Nylas.
Hi, and I'm Ram, Developer Advocate at Nylas as well.
Hello, Ram. How are you?
I am doing good. I was just having fire alarms this morning, so good thing they ended before the live stream, just in time.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So how's the weather out there? I mean, here it's snowing and snowing and snowing and snowing.
We have a lot of cloudy weather. It's not that bad, but it's just kind of, you have to get outside, get some fresh air. So it's not bad in terms of not being too cold, at least.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, let's jump into today's topic. Today we're going to talk about how to improve email deliverability.
Cool.
So we're going to go through and explore, first of all, what is email deliverability, and we'll go through about 5 things you can do to improve email deliverability. So we'll go through these step by step. We'll take a look at them, and we'll take a look at some code as well in terms of how you can implement this or how you can explore doing this with Nylas.
Awesome.
So the first thing is, I know, Blog, we were talking earlier about how to pronounce this email deliverability. And the first question is, what is email deliverability? What does it mean? And why is it important to me? And email deliverability is a measure of emails that actually reach your users. So if you think about it, you send an email, it goes through multiple networks, and then it reaches your user's inbox. And that's what email deliverability is. It's a measure of how much or what percentage of your emails actually reach your users.
Yeah, because sometimes they can land into spam or they can go somewhere else, and they just kind of like something, a glitch in the network, so it was actually never sent out, right?
Yeah. And this is what we're going to jump into today. We're going to talk about different factors that can impact email deliverability and how you can go about improving it using Nylas. So we already have a blog post about this. If you want to check out our latest blog, we have a blog post on how to improve email deliverability at nylas.com/blog. You can take a look at that. And we're just going to start going through some of those topics and talking about how we can improve email deliverability. And the first one to take a look at is sender IP reputation. So what this is, as a definition, this is a score of your IP address. And what different email providers do, they take a look at the incoming IP and they determine how users interact with it. So as an example, if Gmail received an email and you click, oh, this is spam, I don't want to receive this anymore, your reputation will start going down.
Oh, I see.
And this is measured differently across different service providers. But a few factors to keep in mind here is that your IP is actually being tracked along its journey to the user. And if at any point anyone decides that, okay, this IP is a bad IP, or there may be something spammy going on with this IP, they'll start lowering your score. And the lower your score impacts how your emails are going to be received, or if your emails are received at all by the user.
Interesting.
So we can take a look at how we can actually go about improving this using Nylas. So let me share my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Share my screen, and we're going to go here. And there we go. Okay. So let me share my full screen, and I'm going to go through and share a lot of the demos and code using Postman. So definitely check out postman.com. You can go to postman.com/try Nylas to take a look. And here, first, we're going to take a look at how we actually can send a message. And there are a few ways that you can do that. And even with Postman, one tool that I like to use is the actual code snippets. So if you go to the far right corner, I'm going to zoom in a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go to the far right corner and click on the code. You can see what this code looks like. So what we can do using Nylas, you can start sending emails using your user's account. And this helps you use your user's IP address. So you're not using the same IP address each time. You can start using your user's IP address to send messages, whether this be a company that's wanting to use your platform or even a user. So this is one way that you can use Nylas to actually improve your IP reputation or improve your deliverability, is by using your user's email. So you can send on your user's behalf. And the next thing we're going to look at is contact list quality. And what contact list quality means is that when you're sending out your emails to multiple people or the same email to multiple people, you want to ensure that your contact list or the people receiving your email actually want to receive those emails. They're actually interested in the content you want to share with them. They they want to be able to interact with that email. It's something that's actually useful for them. And one thing that internet provider could do, or even a email service provider can do, is they can set up email traps. So they can set up fake emails. And if you happen to send emails to a fake email, that will impact your deliverability, because the service provider is thinking, oh, wait a minute, why are they sending emails to email addresses that don't exist? That means they just are probably trying to spam their users. They're not actually going through and ensuring that they have a high quality contact list.
That's interesting, because that's what I did just on the live stream on Wednesday. I sent an email to Charlie Brown, which actually doesn't exist. So I'm carrying my own reputation without knowing it.
Yeah, so it's these rules are not necessarily hard and fast, but this is one area that a service provider can create. It's almost like a trap where they'll create these emails, or they'll look for emails that don't exist and start checking if emails are being sent to them. And they'll start reducing the deliverability of that provider. So it may impact your overall score.
Mm-hmm.
So another thing they'll factor in is at what frequency you do it. So if you do it 1,000 times a day, it's much worse than if you did it 3 times a day, for example.
Yeah, of course.
It could be an honest mistake in that case.
Mm-hmm.
And the way to go about doing this, improving your contact list quality, is, for one, you want to make sure that you check and engage with the user by using double opt-in. And what double opt-in is it allows the user to, it allows your application to check, hey, does this user actually want to receive these emails or not? And if they do, then you can start sending them emails. And the other thing that you can do, and we're going to jump back into the Postman, is you can start adding your product or service or application to the actual contact list of the user itself. So what we can do here is, if we look at the contacts, you can actually add yourself as a contact to your user.
Yeah.
So in most cases, when you're a part of a user's contact list, this improves your email deliverability, because you're accepted as one of the individuals that can send and receive emails to that user. So
Yeah,
with
you kind
Nylas,
of like in the whitelist, right?
exactly. So with Nylas, what you can do is you can go through and you can add yourself to the user's contact list. And the next thing we're going to take a look at is email scheduling. So email scheduling relates to how often you send an email and how many emails that you send. So frequency is really important, and how many emails you send within that burst of time is really important. And what you can do, given that you're using, or if you're using the Nylas API, you can decide when you want to send that email. So there's no standard or fixed time to send the email. You can decide what time of day to send that email based on your user. And this is because you have full control of the actual email API. So you can send an email, or you can use the Nylas API and start sending emails at 5 p.m. today, or even 5 a.m., depending on where your users are located.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we've talked about email scheduling, maybe one thing we want to talk about is just taking a look at youtube.com//Nylas. We have live streams coming up every week on Wednesday and Friday. So go ahead and subscribe, or even comment in the sections if you want to see any upcoming live streams, or you want to provide any feedback on any one of our previous live streams that we've had so far.
Yeah, we love to hear from you what you want to see, what's working, what's not working, etc.
Awesome. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about, we're going to jump back into improving email deliverability. We're going to look at email engagement. And what is email engagement? Email engagement is how your users actually interact with your emails. And what this means is, if we take a look from an actual metrics point of view, you want to know if users are opening your emails, if they're clicking on any links in your emails, and as well if they are favoriting your emails. If they're engaging with your emails in other ways, will show you that your emails are being are being received by the user, they're being read by the user, and you can always track how engagement is going for your emails. And this will give you an indication of how email deliverability or what the email deliverability is for your emails that you send out. So as an example, if we're looking at our messages, we can receive messages that the user receives. So this is when we use the actual get messages endpoint. And here we have an example of receiving a message back. So this is just an example of what the message will look like. And I want to point out a few properties on the message that you can take a look at. So the one is if the message has been starred. So this means that the user's interacted and they're interested in reading that email, or they're trying to favorite it. So there's some interaction there. The other one that you want to take a look at is if the email's actually been read or not. So it's important that the emails are actually being read by the user. So if they're not being read by the user, this is an indication that your emails are not engaging for the user itself. So this is a metrics that you can use to measure. Another thing to check out with Nylas is just looking at the Nylas docs. We do have functionality for message tracking. So you can receive notifications if your message was opened, if it was replied to, or even if any links were clicked within the message. And these are all done through webhooks. So we have some videos on YouTube regarding setting up webhooks, and you can set up webhooks to start receiving information when emails are being read by your user.
Yeah, we also have a couple of blog posts on how to do that using Python, Ruby, and PHP.
Awesome. Yeah, so definitely take a look. We've talked about webhooks in the past in terms of how to set them up and how they work in different languages. And this brings us to the last topic, and this is a fun topic. It's called email content. And having content that is personalized and is a good representation of what your user is expecting to receive or is personalized is very important. And I know this is a topic that we're going to talk about more. And how I like to talk about email content is when you send an email out, does it have their name on it? Does it have relevant information to them? Is it useful information for them to actually interact with? Is it generic versus if it's actually personalized? And this is where the concept of mail merge comes in, where you're actually merging a data set of information with the emails that you send out to the user. And I know, Blog, you're excited about this. You're working on a few upcoming blog posts and videos for this. Did you want to talk more about it?
Sure. So there's a live stream coming somewhere in the near future about mail merge templates. And we're also going to have like a series of blog posts using Ruby, Python, Java, and most likely also Node.js on how you can build your own mail merge template. So basically, you can create an email which is personalized, so you can send the email to 10 people, and they all going to get like their own personalized email, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool. And just to kind of reemphasize, using the Nylas API, using our email API, and taking any data set you have collected about your users, you can combine the two together and send more personalized content that will be more engaging. So the more personalized the content is, the more engagement, and that will improve your email deliverability.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's all we've had to talk about. So we went through 5 different ways that you can improve email deliverability. We talked about IP reputation, contact list quality, email scheduling, email engagement, some metrics you can track, and as well the email content.
Yeah, that's been pretty interesting. Oh, what's coming next?
Yeah, in terms of what do we have next, so this was it for this live stream. What we have coming next is next week on Wednesday, we're going to be talking about email templates. So we're going to explore how to create email templates and how to create more engaging content for your users using HTML email templates.
Oh, awesome. That's pretty cool.
Anything else you want to share, Blog?
Yeah, sure. Just don't forget that we have live stream every Wednesday and Friday at 11 a.m. EST or 8 a.m. PST. So follow us on LinkedIn or YouTube. You can go to our YouTube channel, which is somewhere around here.
It's a long list. I'll put it up.
Thank you. So go to youtube.com/Nylas, and there you're going to have all our videos where I'm updating the playlist. So all the 46 videos are going to be there.
Sounds good. Yeah, so there are a lot of places you can find us. We love you to take a look, interact with our content, and as well provide any feedback or comments. We love to hear from you.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe, so then you can know when a new live stream is coming, and you can get more interesting things.
Awesome. Well, that's it. Thanks again, Blog.
Yeah, thanks again, Bram. Very interesting live stream. I really like it and I learn a lot. So as always, thank you.
No problem. All right. See you.
Right, bye. Bye. Take care.
Bye.